Who has the hard, real assets that are going to run this new economy? Quote, China is the largest gold importer in the world. No gold leaves China. Mine gold in China, you cannot export it. So it's like a black hole where the gold goes and it never comes out. Ask yourself why. Now, this is Tommy Hump and Frank Gustra. This is about a 2-minute clip, but what Frank is talking about here is it's so important as to the real situation, the suppressed assets, and who's been hoarding those suppressed assets. Who's no longer exporting those assets that are gonna run the new economy. That's gonna be China and Russia. Listen to this breakdown from Frank.
Could you tell me your thesis for a monetary reset, a global reset?
Yeah, no. So I've been obviously watching, the developments of the global financial system for many, many years. There are a few trends that that I've kept my eye on, and one is that for many, many years, physical gold, has been moving east. So, and while we were in North America binging on digital assets and speculating on all sorts of things, since 2010, central banks around the world have been accumulating gold at a feverish pace, and they're still doing it, 12 years later. A lot of that gold ended up in Russia and China. Now, Russia has been very overt about its gold purchases. It's very transparent, and it's got the largest percentage of reserves in gold than any other country. China, on the other hand, is a little bit less transparent, and they report gold their gold reserves every number of years. Then they stop reporting for years, and when they do report again, the gold reserves go up exponentially. They haven't reported since 2019, where they reported 2,000 tons. But the way I see it is that China is the largest gold producer in the world and has been since 2007. China is the largest gold importer in the world. No gold leaves China. Mine gold in China, you cannot export it. So it's like a big black hole where the gold goes in and never comes out. And so my guess is that the next time that China reports its gold reserve, they're going to be a lot larger than anybody expects. And if you think about it in just the numbers, they've mined 7,000 tons just out of China since 2007. And what about all the gold they've imported? They're the largest importer, and obviously some of it does go to private citizens, but my guess is that they're preparing themselves, as Russia is, to exit the US dollar system.
Absolutely. Yeah. We understand that is the whole program here. They're being forced to exit the US dollar in the Western financial world because we can't let Putin participate in the world economy. Right. So that's the thing. It's forced their hand, these other BRICS nations, to roll out their new programs to hoard record amounts of gold. We were just talking this morning in my Discord weekly call. Huge shout out to my member and friend David. David brought up the fact that the COMEX currently has about 16 times the amount of paper contracts as they do silver in the vault. So what we're seeing here is we cannot track who has what. I talked about Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, how we don't know how much derivatives market exposure they have, right? But now we flip this, we're talking about precious metals. We don't know how much China and Russia and these other countries have of the suppressed assets. So we don't know how much of these bad actors have these assets that are imploding, they're basically insolvent, all these paper contracts, keeping the market suppressed. And then we don't know how much Russia, China, the BRICS nations are hoarding. Once we finally do, it's going to be too late. Once that derivatives market gets brought back in check, it's going to be too late. The price explosion will have already occurred. For me, I've been stacking silver now for the past 5-6 months, and it's not more than 10% of my portfolio, but I continue to add to it because I see what's happening. We understand that when this thing does flip, we're going to figure out who's been hoarding record amounts of gold, who is actually stockpiling assets that matter like XRP, who's already done deals with Ripple after the NDAs have expired and these banks and financial institutions no longer care. But by the time the suppressed assets flip, by the time we get that discovery of how the new financial system is going to run and what assets are going to matter, it's going to be way too late for the common man and woman that's going to be trying to chase these gains that they're going to see. It's going to be truly incredible. We were just covering, I was checking the silver chart this morning with the Discord, and silver's up 25% in the last month. From the September lows to where we're at today, it's well over 20% just in silver, which is a market that doesn't move like cryptocurrency, 20% in a day, 300% in a month, right? But we're expecting massive breakouts for all of these suppressed assets.